broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin! You're tuning into the online broadcast network.
Hello? Are we good?
We're good. All right.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the long awaited season premiere of Mistresses. I'm super excited. Season 3, episode 1, Gone Girl. I'll be watching you. I'm here with some of my favorite people in the world. I'm Francesca, and next to me is...
Hi, guys. I'm Sterling. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SterlingCates.
Hi, I'm Alison Dean. You can find me everywhere at the Alison Dean.
Oh.
And I'm April Whisenhant. You can find me on Twitter at April Whisenhant.
Yay! And I'm XOXOCESCA, just in case, since I didn't say it. But before we get started, we just want to make sure that you guys tweet us, send us comments on YouTube. We love hearing from you. It really helps make our show better because we can know what you want to talk about. Alison's actually live right now, so if anyone is live...
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
yes.
There's a few. Hello to Melissa Stewart and Dustin 335014.
What's up? Thanks for staying up for us, guys.
Yeah.
So keep doing that, commenting on Twitter, YouTube, everything like that. And also, if you get a chance, please take our survey on podcast1.com. Just takes a few minutes. Tell us what you like about our show, what you don't like about our show, anything we could do to make it better for you guys. So, yeah.
And hi to Marissa in the booth.
Yeah, Marissa.
She's doing Mistresses with us.
Hello, Mistresses.
Hello.
There we go.
I just want to do a little shout out to our picture here.
That's fierce.
Hottie.
You're welcome for modeling for that.
Oh, that's totally Sterling. Yes. So I am super excited. So it was a 2-hour-long finale. It's over, guys. It's done. Season premiere. So much stuff. I was worried that I wouldn't there wouldn't be a good transition into the next season because Sterling was here on the last episode that we discussed, and it was kind of like this is kind of lackluster. They did leave us with a kind of cliffhanger. We don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like super packed 2 hours. To me, it didn't feel like it was even 2 hours. But I think we should start off mostly with the biggest elephant in the room. Hugest elephant in the world.
Gone Girl.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.
Well, I mean, and one of the biggest questions going into this third season is, what are we going to do now that Savvy's gone, now that we don't have Alyssa Manila. I love those cookies. But now that she's not here, and that was a personal reason, they didn't write her off or she didn't get killed off like happens in a lot of shows. But she just didn't, the show moved to Vancouver. She didn't want to relocate her family.
Right, because she was pregnant all last season.
Right, exactly. So they had to figure out, how are we going to do this without, throwing everyone off.
Right.
So that was one of the biggest concerns for me is how are they going to pick this up?
Well, I'm so bad. I totally didn't know that she was not coming back until you told me, Allison. We were watching.
Oh.
But Allison, I know. She's so bad of me. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
But Allison and I were talking about... Sterling and April didn't watch the first part with me and Allison, but we were talking about how they overly drilled it in that Savvy was not there.
I was literally going to say the exact same thing because it's clearly obvious that she's not there, but I just felt like every other sentence was, Savvy,
she's not calling me back. She's not, where is she?
Right.
She's not calling me back.
Right.
And it's like the viewers get it at this point. Obviously, they're going to address it. It is her sister, so it has to be dressed, kind of with some longevity. But I just felt like it was too much of a focus.
It definitely needed to be addressed, but as a viewer, we know she's not coming back because we know the actress is not coming back to the show.
Except if you're me.
Yeah. Except if you're Francesca. So, no spoiler alert there. She's not coming back.
Right.
Unless she makes a trip to Vancouver or, makes a phone call or something.
And that's actually what I was kind of hoping for. I was hoping that at least they would have negotiated something so that she would have given us a little bit more closure than just, postcard, I'm fine.
Right. Well, at the end of it, I think we did get that closure we needed, and hopefully they'll move on
With the
from
email
there.
delete?
Yeah, well, with that, and it's just kind of like, done with it when we get the new character and the whole thing. So I think hopefully we're able to move on from now.
Yeah.
One thing I did like, though, is how we picked up from the scene that it ended with.
Hell yes.
So
I
there's
appreciate that.
Yeah, and there was an interview with Joss, played by Jess McCallan, and she said, we didn't know how we were going to do this, like especially with Alyssa leaving, but for the fans, it would be, if there was like this huge time jump, like 2 years or whatever it is, it'd be like, well, what happened? Like, where did Savvy see them? Did she not see them? Like, what happened? And so it was, kind of like doing justice for the fans to pick it up, to see what happens, and then it all made sense and it all kind of came together.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and to pick it up in such a hot scene.
I know.
Heck, that little beach romp.
Although we wanted it to continue a little. Yeah. We were like, of
Dang it,
course.
Karen! Why did you have to call? I'm sorry, headphones.
Yeah, mine too.
I feel like though they could have thought of like maybe a slightly different. I understand she's upset and she leaves, but I feel like they could have like made it just a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the second half of it was very easier transition into her being gone, but the first part I was just like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Well, my first question was, is Dom still going to be on there? Because, I mean,
5
obviously he was, involved with other characters as well, but, I mean, his main focus was her. But so I'm glad we got to see him for
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, Dom and Harry become buds?
Right.
And then Joss makes out with Dom too? No? Okay.
Too far.
Stranger things have happened.
Right. I love Alyssa Milano, but her character was getting a little boring at the end of last season, so I am sad that she's gone. I hope that she can some like guest appearance or something throughout the season.
Yeah.
But so Savvy's gone. She's gone, girl. Hopefully she won't kill anyone like the movie. The show was crazy.
Hopefully not. No. She comes back with a vengeance.
So let's talk about Karen. We find out she's HIV negative.
Yes.
And we predicted at the end of last season that she was probably going to be pregnant or something.
Right,
But she's not.
pregnant or cancer.
Yeah.
Which
But no.
Totally storyline.
In fact, she's a really awesome person with a really rare blood type. Like me.
Like Sterling. Sterling
So I
actually
knew
can
Karen and I had a connection. We have the same blood type.
It's amazing.
It just never happens. Well, I know that for future reference if I ever need, some sort of stem cell.
If you want to step into the world of TV.
Just ask Karen.
Hey, Karen, I can help. So that means Sterling, you're part Korean too.
Yep. There we go.
Just like Vivian, right?
I've always wondered about that.
It's amazing.
I say, like, props to the writers, though, for totally taking it a different way than
I agree with you.
I would have ever thought of. Because I thought what she said first, like, I have cancer, whenever the doctor called her back in. But to take it, I mean, literally starting a totally separate storyline for her and bringing in these new characters in. It's a creative way to mix things up and not do kind of the norm of what everyone thinks that they would do.
And I just appreciated that, out goes one really hot doctor and in comes
Well,
that's
Dr.
how it has
Adams
to work.
is just giving me so much Bradley Cooper situation.
I see it.
It's like Bradley Cooper, Joe Manganiello kind of mix.
He's like buffer, yeah.
Just a hot doctor's all the time. It's totally.
like, slightly on edge. Like, he just needs to simmer a bit. But maybe Karen will help with that.
Yeah. Well, what is the illness called that his wife has? I forgot. Or it's just a fatal illness.
I don't know. So it's just, I didn't realize she was going to be donating her stem cells. I thought she was donating her blood.
So she's donating her stem cells because stem cells help regenerate other stem cells, and if you have the same kind, you can do that.
Regenerate
And if it doesn't, her
cells.
blood. I mean, blood.
And if it doesn't work,
cells.
they'll have to do the bone marrow.
marrow,
Yeah, so it's a pretty extensive
It's intense.
process.
Yeah.
Dustin 335014, he just said, I'm so glad Karen isn't preggers, because that would just be too much. Like, that would just be a little too much drama. And actually, it's probably because they didn't want to have to deal with another character pregnant on the show.
Yeah, seriously.
Very true.
I don't know, maybe. But yes, we agree with you, Dustin. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a good new twist and everything. And she found God basically after everything that happened last season with the season before, right, with the shooting and everything that's going on. But she does find herself feeling a little alone, even though she's kind of found herself.
Well,
Right.
And now she brought up at the end, she doesn't have Savvy there, and that was kind of her connection to the whole group. Now she's kind of lost. She doesn't, have that person that she always relied on.
Now she has two.
Yeah.
More. I mean, I never actually felt like it was a Karen Savvy.
Me neither. Yeah.
I never did.
Joss even told, the only person that she told about Harry kissing her was Karen,
right.
not April. And I think Karen refers to April as like their sisters. So I think she's just, it's something to be nervous, or not nervous, but to feel a little insecure about, when I guess she clearly thought that Savvy was like her family, she even says. So when she goes away, obviously there's going to be a little like, oh no, what's going to happen? Is this going to be different? But I mean, they're all clearly so close. They've been through everything together. So
I mean, how many wine scenes do we have going on in this episode?
Like,
quite a few.
Where is our wine? Is what I want to know.
I failed
Next
you
week.
all. I really did.
you had it, but you left it in the car.
Exactly.
She actually drank it in the car.
I did. I guzzled it. I apologize. That's why I'm like, no, just kidding.
Let's do wine next time. We actually did that on another show once, so let's do it.
For sure.
Once? Just once?
Oh, just once. But do you think the doctor is going to be in? I mean, I guess we could say that for predictions, but we didn't see him the rest of the episode bicycling. Basically, after he introduced his wife, Vivian, to us. So I don't know. But
I feel like he'll definitely be a part of the season for sure.
The only thing that, and this is definitely a kind of prediction, but the thing that we have to remember is this show is called Mistresses. And it's not, Karen's not just going to have a squeaky clean, donate my unicorn blood to this lady and be a saint all season. That's what she calls it. But so, something's gonna, it's not all going to go down.
She's going to donate. I can't talk tonight. Oh my God.
But that would be so sad, because now she's so close with Viv,
I know. Well, we'll see. Maybe someone else will come in.
If you guys...
You can't do that to someone who's dying. At least,
I'll tell it's Karen.
Yeah, but Karen, didn't she kind of do that with Tom? Or
Yeah.
She did a lot of things.
She's very familiar with like someone that's not well and still. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
She was not well. Well, okay, so it's a slightly different situation. Now that I'm like talking through this, I'm like, okay, slightly different. Okay.
Hopefully she's turned a new leaf. And this, she seems to genuinely want to help this person, of course, Vivian. And she even says, she's like, what's it, Adam? Right? Is that his name? Alec. Okay.
Right? Dr. Alec Adams.
Alec Adams. Yes.
Okay. Very soap opera-y.
Yes.
Dr. Alec Adams.
She's like, he says that he found me, but I more so feel like I found y'all.
I thought that was a special moment.
I thought so too.
I liked it.
I feel like this is going to kind of change her character a little bit and just make her a little softer. Not that she's not soft, but she's definitely, she has a more like kind of personality.
Her character has definitely been evolving through the past 3 seasons. It's like she started off in this very, here's her life, here's her routine, here's what's going on. And right now it's like she has no real agenda. So I think bringing her back to helping someone and doing good for someone else.
Right, and that all goes back to her profession. But her whole life, I feel like, especially like her career-wise, but also professionally with other mistresses on the show, it's all about their problems, and they come to her with their problems, blah, blah. But now that she's kind of on her own, she's having to be like, okay, she has to get comfortable with being herself and being with herself and figuring that out, whether it's going to church by herself. And that was obviously very uncomfortable for her because she had the huge hat.
Come on.
April was like, whose funeral is she at?
I don't know why I thought that.
I did fashion.
I did say that, but then later I thought she was at a funeral.
I know.
It did kind of look like a funeral hat. It looked kind of depressing.
It wasn't like you wore that to the Kentucky Derby. It was very, very morbid.
Maybe if it was like pink, you would, but not black.
Right. And it's really fast on fashion. Karen we always talked about this last season, she always wore the cutest dress ever. She's definitely very fashionable, but I didn't particularly care for that hat.
I liked it, but
It was she was trying to be, I think she's still battling with like her religion and how religious she wants to be or how people want to view her. So, she's still kind of like
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Symbolic.
Totally.
I know just personal, I don't go to church often, but the times that I do, I feel like the service always talks to me. So I felt a connection with Karen in this, in the fact that she's been kind of going to church and then she found something. Yeah. It just... coincidence.
Receiving what she needs to hear in the moment. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yay, Karen. So April kind of starts off with a rutch. I cannot talk tonight, guys. It is like 11 something.
But
And I can't
it's
talk.
very, it's keeping us awake, so that's okay. It's all right.
Rough patch.
It's okay.
Her daughter just won't talk to her.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Lucy, she's also at that age where first of all, she just found out that her dad was alive this whole time, but now he's actually dead. So, like, that all of that time you could have spent getting to know your dad, or at least knowing that he's alive, now he's no longer alive.
right.
And so that's not even possible. And on top of that, your mom knew the whole time and had been lying to you. So, I mean, that is, a tough pill to swallow, especially for a kid her age. And on top of that, her mom is her only family. So it's not like she has any siblings to share this experience with. And
Until now.
now is going to blow over eventually.
I agree with you.
I think it's just a phase, and when her and Scotty are close now, her and Mark are close now, I think it'll all blow over. She'll realize that April was doing it, with her best interest in mind.
I agree with you.
Kids, what's the word? They come back fast from things. I don't know what word I'm trying to say right now.
Rebound? Yeah, look.
Rebound, yes, they rebound really fast from things. So, I mean, obviously this isn't like, oh, my mom made me mad because she took away my boombox.
iPad. Boombox.
Yeah, the iPad.
Wait, boombox.
I got grounded one time. My mom took away my boombox. I was really sad.
You're aging yourself. Just kidding.
Your Walkman.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Sony Walkman.
Yeah, exactly. I did have one of those, actually. I loved it. I loved that thing.
I had the CD one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had the cassette one.
Oh, nice.
You gangster.
And I'm older.
Lucy said some pretty mean,
Harsh
things to her.
Well, my mom wants to hear that, I hate you or whatever.
I feel like we've all said this at some point as a child, having a moment with our parents. I think that was kind of normal.
I think it's natural.
I mean, it never feels good to the parent, I'm sure, but at the same time,
I feel like every parent expects to, at some point in your child's life, for them to tell you that they hate you.
Yeah. Well, I think what's even harder than that is when Lucy said, I want to go live with my grandmother.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, now you don't even want to live with me. Yeah, it's a little harder.
I just want to say, she got out of the car. Where did she go? They were just driving,
school, I think.
Yeah, I think she was.
Oh, okay. It was just awkward to me. I was like, where is this young lady going?
She's like, bye.
See you later. Gone, girl.
And so then we get, let's see, her ex-husband's other wife, was her Miranda, comes into the picture, brings Scotty. So now she does have, like you said, now we do have more family for Lucy. And in comes the kind of really hot, quirky brother Mark.
That lives in an RV.
Did anyone feel the same way about
I
that
did.
kind of hot?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
But when they did that, okay.
I don't love him as a love interest for April.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, Dustin also agrees with us on this front.
Yeah. Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you. I totally am with you. I do not want them to go there. But
that's where they're going.
I don't support that. I do like, though, the
I mean, he
dynamic
makes chocolate
of...
milk, Sorry.
Oh,
Well, I love that he kind of balances April out as far as, the whole parenting thing, being controlling.
And she's neurotic. Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, but why can't they just be friends and then she marry the FBI guy?
I want that too.
Wait.
That's what I want.
Okay, Daniel, since you're watching, do you remember? I mean, wait, is this Daniel?
Dustin.
I'm so sorry, Dustin. Daniel. What happened to Daniel?
No, they didn't do. They need to bring that.
He might come back.
storyline.
Yeah, maybe he'll come
he
back.
must.
He must.
Well, didn't we see him in the preview?
No, that was a new guy.
Hashtag where is Daniel? It's on like Donkey Kong.
We're starting the hashtag. Where's Daniel? Yes, bring him back. Hot guy. Oh, there's just a lot of hot guys.
But see, Mark, I think... I feel like they're definitely setting it up for him to be a love interest for her. But there's part of me that likes it, part of me that doesn't. But I think it's too easy for them to do that at the same time. But
they're in the house together now.
Right.
Two movies so fast.
It's too much.
I agree with you saying, though, that they kind of balance each other out. So maybe I think that she can kind of help him to grow up some and, be... I mean, he's not Scotty's father. He's his uncle, and he's completely, kind of, oh, sure, you go on a 3-month cruise and work as a blackjack dealer, and I'll take care of your kid. So he's taking on a lot. It's not the easiest thing to just... I mean, I guess I wouldn't put my kid in, the worst school. He apparently did, but it's tough. So I think that they'll help each other. He'll make her relax a little, and maybe she'll teach him a few things about children.
Yeah. Well, I did like when she said, "Yeah, he's cool, Uncle Mark." Then I was like, okay, maybe she's not interested when she called him that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I know.
He was definitely his character was extreme in showing that he was just like, totally irresponsible. And
yeah, he was like still a kid himself.
Like, who's Brandy? Brandy's my RV.
Oh, my car has a name.
My car has a name too.
Are we Mark?
Oh, go.
But I loved Scotty's little setup in the RV.
It was cute.
It was kind of cool.
It was really
adorable.
cute.
Yes, I agree. I was like, oh, he's a caring uncle, even though he doesn't know what to do with bed sheets.
No, he had this tablecloth.
$300 bed sheets.
Like,
I
that
want
was nuts.
$300 bed sheets.
Exactly. They're very soft for that tablecloth.
Softest tablecloth.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to eat in luxury,
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more to that story, though.
To Mark's story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
Continued.
Predictions. Yeah. Let's get into one of the major peeps. Major peeps in. Did you guys hear that? No?
Yeah.
Joss. Okay, so first season, she was kind of like all over the place, I feel like. And then second season, she kind of buckled down, and that's where she met Scott and blah, blah, blah. This season, I feel like we're getting a mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Joss annoy anyone else? Mainly in the first part of the 2 hours.
Because Savvy.
Just in the first hour.
Yes.
Yeah, mainly because of Savvy. I was like, okay, what are you going to do? Follow her to Italy now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We know she's not coming back.
But also, I think I was frustrated at the whole notion of, if you feel such, like, passionate feelings towards someone, regardless of what the backstory is, I still think that you need to figure your stuff. I mean, you only live once. And
Right.
if two people feel that way, then that's the way you feel.
I think what it was for me in the first hour was that I felt as a viewer that she wasn't sure. And the fact that she had gone so far with Harry and she wasn't really sure, it did feel like what they were talking about in that conversation with her and Harry when he was like, well, how do you feel in the moment now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was that in the moment? Is this a thing? And that she wasn't being completely upfront with Scott and Harry. Like, she didn't really tell him.
I think she was a tough situation.
Yeah, it definitely was.
I know, but she made that decision, whether she likes it or not. And I didn't love that she was going back and forth for that whole first hour.
Well, of course they give us, like, she wants to be honest with Scott, but, he's got an ailing grandmother, and how do you, like, lay the news on?
Grandma June.
No, I don't want to be with you. I totally slept with my sister's ex-husband.
They didn't sleep together.
but
They
still,
grinded on the beach.
while Savvy held the bouquet.
Grinded ground? What would that be?
Ground beef.
I like grinded better. Yeah, ground makes me think of drinking
Ground
coffee.
beef.
Yeah.
Or ground beef, that's what I thought. That's not weird.
Are you hungry right now?
I know. I'm like,
love
where's the coffee? Yeah, it's the theme. Anyway.
No, I was kind of annoyed with Joss because I was just like, it was clear, or it's been clear, that she, wants to be with Harry, or that she has these feelings for him, even if she hasn't necessarily been able to say it herself, or even really known it herself. But I just thought, obviously, she didn't know that Savvy was going to see her on the beach, so that was a surprise. Of course, when like, oh, I just, made out with my sister's ex-husband, and she's, of course, that's going to be like, ooh,
Yeah.
holy heck, that's an insanely huge deal. But at the same time, I'm like, but you still did it.
Right.
So, like, why are you freaking out this much? Like, of course she's going to be mad at you. Of course. I mean, that's not a thing where it's like, no matter what, I don't care if I, haven't dated, or I've been divorced from a man for 10 years, my sister is not going after him, or, there's going to be some murder in that family.
I was telling you guys this when we were watching, but I cannot, like, the idea of that just makes me, like, my skin crawl. Like, I can't even imagine that.
Harry's so
but if it was Harry,
And his
maybe.
Here's where I stand on this, because in most circumstances...
So you've been a mistress. Uh-huh.
In most, in most circumstances, I would totally 100% agree. But what was weird is, whenever I saw Harry and Savvy together in seasons 1 and 2, I felt like they had no chemistry. At all. And so then when I saw, like, anytime Joss and Harry were on screen together, it was always like electricity. And so I just feel like they were a better match.
You wanted them to be together, right?
So no, I don't agree. I just think that Savvy should have never been the sister to be with him in the first place.
This is we were. I was listening to our podcast from the last episode before the show, and we were arguing about this for like 15 minutes because half of us were saying, you know, like, no, it's not right, and the other half were like, well, maybe they shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. Right. You know, I feel
I'm pretty sure I was on the other side of this now, but now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, oh god. But I'm taking it too personally. It's not like the Harry's not involved.
Obviously, no, it's like not the thing to do. It's just one of those things in terms of what I saw as, you know, someone watching the show. Right. You can't deny that those two characters, and actually they were on, Joss and Harry were both on The View today, and they talked about how it was like he wanted their relationship to kind of go further, or he said that just because he kind of felt like when they were together it was
good. Are they
in love?
I don't know, but I would be down for that too.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Too. I'd be very jealous.
They would make very attractive children.
So my biggest thing is, are we going to see Scott again? Because I love him.
I was going to say, I feel bad for him. He really, really loved Joss, even though, I mean, the relationship happened really fast, moved really fast. He had a thing for shoes, which I would totally enjoy that closet, but I like poor.
But now she's got, you know, what? Trading one closet for potentially another one.
Oh yeah.
Because
a food pantry?
No, because she's got a new friend that's got
too. Yeah, that's right.
Callista.
Conveniently, she may have even a better closet in store for her.
You are so right. Why did that take forever to click for me?
Why are you all looking at me like I'm nuts right now? Like,
it's a great point.
A refrigerator?
She's already off to a great start. 2 items.
So, I mean, speaking about Callista, how they kind of brought her in. Obviously, she's coming in. She's being like kind of the fourth character
coming
right now.
Hot.
She's
I love her.
Neurotic and crazy, and I love it too. And she
until the end. I loved her.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We don't know.
I can't make any assumptions.
We don't know.
I think we're taking that differently than it actually happened. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. We'll predict later.
You're like, stop with the predictions.
It's so hard not to just naturally just talk about it. But she's almost like she's acting kind of like her sister. And towards the end of the episode, she does say, "Pretend I am Savvy, so you can kind of have this closure." Mm-hmm. But I think she's gonna be sticking around, and she's quite a fun character.
I really enjoyed this character. I thought Jennifer Esposito did a freaking phenomenal job stepping into the mix, and wow, did she own this character?
She really did.
It was so natural.
Yes,
so natural.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think it's gonna be exciting to see. I honestly kind of feel like she's more interesting than Savvy anyway.
100%. I agree with you there.
I'm sorry,
I was thinking it, but you said it.
She definitely brings more that drama aspect, but also just like, she just seems like such a diva, you know? And I feel like none of them have really been a diva.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she's going to bring... She's like, something about her character is comedic, obviously, but even though it's serious, and then it's this like la 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 person at the same time.
La la la.
I don't know exactly what that means, but you get it. But she, I don't know, any chick who can do a stakeout like that. I mean, I love her
and
already.
Looks so fierce.
Exactly. But I would be doing the same thing if I thought my husband was cheating on me. It's like, no, you're not getting my money. I'm going to take a picture of you doing whatever and make you look like a fool.
Yeah, and there's something there with her husband. Like whether or not it's a man
I wish
that
he was
he's
cuter.
meeting.
Sorry.
Yeah,
but he's doing. But we've never actually seen the person that he
actually met. Like, we don't know. I thought they were going to show it like she walked past and it was someone else coming from like behind her that he was looking at, but we didn't even get to see because Joss had to answer the phone call.
No, I think it was that blonde that they showed.
I think they want us to believe that.
I think they did too.
She didn't actually walk. We never see them like together.
That's true.
But Anna was like, she didn't have ostrich legs. We had normal sized legs.
Well, I'm short, so they look long to me.
I was with you. I guess I don't need coffee.
The computer.
You're wired like Callista. I just want to say how accurate was everything about LA parking in this episode.
Yes. The street signs. That has happened to me so many times.
All the time.
I'm like, these numbers they like interfere, like they don't
It's
make
a
sense.
mathematical equation to figure out if you can park somewhere, for sure. Like they're testing your high school mathematical skills.
Well, not even that, but they contradict each other.
I know,
all the time.
all
It's
the
like,
time.
okay, you
I
can't
know.
park here from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., but you can also park here between 2:15.
The train left the station.
But only on the left side. The first block.
And the wheels need to be turned this way, this many degrees.
And with parking too, Calista totally stole her spot and she did not care. And parking here is crazy. So you see a spot, you go for it, even if you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she had to get a good view for the whole.
I thought at first that she was spying on Joss for a minute.
I did too.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I was like, wait, why is she taking her camera out the minute Joss walked away?
Well, but you see Joss walk away, and then it's like she turns it, and it looks like she's looking directly at her. But
I was like, Josh, you're already involved with someone else? Jeez.
no, just Harry.
No. Yeah, that better be the case.
Oh yeah,
that better be the case.
After all that's happened, you gotta stick with Harry. I don't care if you actually don't like him.
Harry loves her so much. And then in the speech where she gave him, where she was like, I love you, I've loved you for so long, and I don't even know when it started. I'm like, oh.
That was pretty good.
It started the minute Savvy started dating you.
Exactly.
Probably.
I mean, to go back to talking about that, like Savvy cheated on him, so obviously their chemistry was never really
there.
And even though I knew it was wrong all last season, I was rooting for them the whole time because, like we said, it just feels organic. It just works.
It's true love. Clearly, it's not an ideal situation. The whole sister thing kind of gets in the way. But
Not an ideal situation.
I mean, she's not there anymore, so.
Yeah. If there was, as a viewer, I feel like if there was any hope of Savvy coming back, I'd be like, oh man, she probably shouldn't be with Harry. But now that she's like gone for good, I'm like, all right, they should be together for sure.
I would say until like I knew that Savvy was absolutely 100% like okay with someone else, and like she genuinely didn't care because she saw that it was true love. But then again, I don't know, because if it was me, I'd be like, I don't care if you love him, you're terrible.
The thing too though is she did something. The whole story last season kind of made it where why would Harry want to? I mean, she was
so crazy.
Well, not only that, but just the whole Dom storyline and just everything that happened. Even the Zach storyline. Everything was... What?
Right.
She still gave him his car.
I know, that was
crazy.
funny.
I
was
was like crazy. Savvy.
I liked how they brought back some of these characters for 5 seconds. There's Dom, 5 seconds. There's Zach in the car, 5 seconds. But no Daniel this episode.
Why?
I did love the thing that Callista said to Joss when she was doing her whole, like, well, just pretend I'm Savvy and tell me what you need to say. And she was like, I can't live with you hating me. And she was like, no, you can live with it. It'll suck. It'll be uncomfortable.
Good advice.
But you can live with it.
Yep.
Like, you will continue breathing.
Yep.
Or you don't want to be with Harry.
Right, and I loved that advice because there's so many times in life where we're like, I can't do this, or I can't have this person mad at me, or whatever it is. But you can. Like, you will continue living.
It just is gonna suck a little.
It's just gonna suck, and I mean, that happens, but you'll get over it.
Yep.
And you get to be with the love of your life, so you really can't complain.
And
it's like
clothes.
I was like, thank you. I was like, thanks, Callista. I needed that
lessons.
for my life, for Joss's life.
It was definitely a good, like, blanket form of advice for the world.
Right.
For the world. Yes.
Just little nuggets
Love it.
of wisdom.
Love when it comes from a fashion designer and or Jennifer Esposito.
I love that Josh was, I keep saying Josh was so honest, the fact that, I have like 4 of your knockoffs.
Oh, I know.
So I thought that was cute that she
Because I can't afford you.
Yeah.
Right.
That she left that note and said, this is not a knockoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take some of those as well. You can send some our way. We'll all wear it.
Well, yeah. Yes. Even if it's not real.
Yeah.
We'll still wear it. We'll totally
The
still wear it.
I'm down.
We'll take it.
Before we get into predictions, let's really fast talk about Harry and the restaurant. This guy Ellis was a douche.
Poo-poo.
Yeah. He came in out of nowhere because Scott sold his share thanks to Joss. And he totally epitomized your typical restaurant like manager, like hitting on all the girls, wanting to
He was so ucky.
It was very LA, like wanting all the models to work there, and it was just merp.
like, what was he doing in that interview?
I don't know. She clearly got the job.
She got the
I was like, what position are you in right now? What is happening? Like,
what position? No pun intended.
yeah, exactly.
But and we see that Harry's like losing it because he wants Joss, and Joss is like, not talking to him for a minute, and he comes back and totally blows Mr. Douche out of the water and shows him up and Google's the guys that are coming. Google's like your best friend to anyone. I would totally do the same thing and shut it up. So thanks to finding his little love notes on the napkin from Joss.
And it was really cute, though, that he brought up on the phone with Joss later, was that, she's fought for him for that job. She fought for him, on several different occasions. But he finally stood up for himself, and she was a reminder of that. And it's just like, dog. They're so cute.
That's why they're perfect, though, because we've seen him be kind of like, he always like takes the step back behind, or he always did that with Savvy for so long, and then now he's kind of, he's fought to be the chef of this place for so long and part owner or whatever he is, but I was glad to see him kind of, not take this little jerky guy's crap and come back with a creative and even better way to kind of be like, okay,
in your face,
you think you're this, but like, let me show you who I am, boo.
Because he could have just quit, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go.
I know, because when he first came in, we were like, okay, bye, Harry, leave.
Yeah.
Gone, girl, you know? But, yeah, he showed him up. That's right, Harry.
What's
Good
up?
job, Harry.
Yay!
Don't let a little toolbox get the best of you.
No.
I love how they filmed that first scene when Ellis is, when they introduce Ellis, and it's like from Harry's point of view, and it's just like directly down on Ellis. And then when it filmed from Ellis's, it was like up. Just from the height difference. It was
You're a small man, Ellis.
You're a small man.
Yeah.
Small
Harry
man.
is a large, beautiful man.
With an accent.
With an accent.
To die for.
That's so good.
I have one question. Where do you think the show would have gone? So this is like an anti-prediction. Where do you think the show would have gone if Savvy hadn't had left? Like, we were so like, where is this going to end? Where is this going to start off? I mean, where do you think would have happened if Savvy didn't go?
I think it would go in the whole like Joss and Harry start hooking up, whatever. How we're gonna keep it from Savvy. Savvy eventually finds out. Savvy's so mad. Savvy leaves. Probably.
Savvy still would have left.
Yeah.
Or it could have gone around the other way where Joss doesn't hook up with Harry anymore because of Savvy, and then we get back to the whole.
But then that would have been sad.
I would have liked it for Savvy to have a more interesting love interest, like someone that I saw real chemistry with on screen.
Right.
And then her having to just get over the whole Harry and Joss thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see that.
We'll never know.
But that's not happening, so.
Yeah.
I know.
Let's get into
We should be writers.
predictions.
Predictions.
We got some goods.
All right, well, should we just get it?
There we go.
Now,
The rattlesnakes were sleeping.
TV
Predictions.
Ready, set, go.
I don't know. I have a lot.
Should we go character by character?
That's probably.
I don't think I will.
Do we have any for Karen?
Oh.
Karen, I think we're gonna see a new love interest.
I don't know if it's going to be the doctor, though.
I
Didn't it look like she was kissing the wife?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, who was she kissing in the
was that the
promo?
I think that was the wife in the promo.
Oh my gosh, Karen.
Oh, yeah, and it's
All
like,
right,
I
Karen
found
likes
you,
ladies.
and you found me, and this is destiny.
Listen, she's my die. You never know.
What if that's like on Viv's bucket list before she dies to like make out with the girl? Could be.
All right, so
Karen's not going to deny her of that.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like, hey,
So I'm already
I'm a
giving
new
you all my
woman.
blood.
Right? Stem cells.
Might as well. Yeah, no, I think it might be. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of think she's gonna hook up with the wife, and then the wife is still maybe going to die, and then she's gonna hook up with the hubby.
But we're just going to keep it all in the
Yeah, but what if Viv is like, if you're going to be with anyone, I just want you to be with Karen?
Oh, that's good.
Maybe that could happen.
I think
And what
Karen's
if it's
like,
a
anything for
threesome?
you,
What if
Viv.
they have a threesome?
It just got interesting.
I totally lost my
Right?
thought. Yeah.
Think about it. Maybe.
Stop thinking about this threesome. But I really don't.
My mind is blown right now. I just don't know.
I actually don't think right now that anything's going to happen between the Dr. Adams, just because I feel like that would be so predictable for her. So I do think it might be the wife.
I think if anything happens, it's definitely going to be later in the season.
So what about April? April Mark, April Lucy.
I mean, it's too easy to predict her and Mark.
I just don't love that idea.
So hopefully they're not doing
Dustin
that.
says, is he the only one hoping that Mark might be gay? But I don't know if he's, and just become another confidant. But I don't think he'd be gay because he was flirting with the girl in the.
He's gay.
I don't think he's gay.
I do think that Callista's husband might be gay, and he's like behind her back.
Definitely was thinking
man.
I think so too.
Because there's a reason we haven't seen who it is.
Exactly.
What if it's Savvy and we were all fooled?
You fooled us, Alyssa.
But why would she constantly be saying, is it this girl, this girl, this girl?
Right.
Because but also I think she's saying that girl because she thinks it's another woman.
Right. She has no idea.
I'd love if it was a dude. I'd be so that would be amazing.
Or he, at the extreme, he could be using a girl as like, public, so no one thinks anything when he's really seeing a guy.
Right.
But also didn't Melissa or whatever her name is at the hotel give her the room number? So wouldn't she have found out?
Oh yeah, what happened to that?
That just went away.
I guess she didn't.
Yeah.
I would have given it for $300.
She probably took her.
I think it was like $500.
Or $500.
It looked like she folded it so it looked like it was more money.
Yeah, maybe.
She's like, I've seen that trick before, right?
Take your money and leave.
I think that, so how we saw Callista go up to Harry at the end, I don't think it's going to be anything kind of sneaky. I think it's going to be a thing like, hey, go after your girl. She's really missing you because she wants, she says, she's like, think of me as, I've always wanted a sister. So I think I think it's going to be a good thing. Because
I thought it was sneaky.
Even watching,
it felt sneaky.
I think it definitely looked like it, but even watching the previews, you see absolutely nothing that has to do with that. But we see stuff that does have to do with Joss and Harry. So I think it's a thing of hey, she's going through a lot. She feels terrible, but she really loves you. I think we're gonna find out she was doing it in a good way.
Maybe that's another threesome.
I think that's too easy. I feel like she wants to keep Joss close, but also I think she's sneaky for sure.
I mean, I think she's
up to something, but it might be for good, it might be for bad. I guess we will never know.
Okay.
Just kidding, we will.
Shanice Walker just said, I think that Callista's husband hooked up with a transgender because that girl looked like a dude.
I can see that. I could see that.
I can see that too. I can see that. Why not? I mean,
add it to the list, baby.
It's a relevant storyline.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good prediction.
That's not bad. Wait, okay. I think that Karen Viv. Okay, yep. Melissa Stewart says, I think that Karen and Viv and the doctor are going to end up having a threesome. Thank you. I'm with you, girl.
Yeah. Swing your city, baby.
I'm with you. I am with you. Yes.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of goods, coming our way because it's cray-cray.
I'm so excited for this season.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the season. I'm very excited to host it with you guys. Woo! Very excited for you guys out there to keep watching. Joining us at 11 o'clock or whatever time zone you're in. Who knows where you guys are at. Thank you so much for staying up with us. April, where can we find you?
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at April Whisenhant.
You can find me, Alison Dean, at the Alison Dean and on my YouTube show, Winos and Onesies.
Oh, I need to watch that. That sounds like something I could be into.
We should do it onesies and have wine here.
I support that. I'll bring the wine.
Seriously. Yes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sterling Cates and on a couple other AfterBuzz shows here for the Astronaut Wives Club and Orange is the New Black.
Yes. Really fast. You guys want to say your shows too?
Oh my God, I'm on so many right now.
So many?
Oh gosh. The Whispers, Secrets of Wives.
They're all on them together, so.
We really
Plus, Real Housewives of Orange County. And So You Think You Can Dance.
So You Think You Can't Dance.
And guys, I'm Francesca. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, XOXOCESCA. Also hosting Devious Maids on Monday nights. So we'll see you next week, guys.
XOXO.
Woo! Gossip gone, girl.
Mistresses.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.